Hello everyone, this is Dipali and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be talking about creating business rules. We will be looking at how to create the business rules on the job information, specifically on save and on change of the job information. If you happen to be new, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell icon to get notifications on my new videos. Now without further ado, let's get started. In order to create a business rule, we need to search for configure business rules in the search for actions or people. Click on the plus icon which says that create a new rule. In order to create a new rule, we need to expand a rule scenario category below and select a scenario. In our case, we will select basic. We can see that the basic rule scenario does not provide any guidance about the supported objects, parameters, or actions, which you can use to configure the rule. We will have to check the available application-specific rule scenarios first. And if there is no scenario that fits our needs, we will have to choose basic. We need to provide the rule name, rule ID, and the start date, which are marked with red asterisk, which says that these are mandatory fields. The start date is defaulted to 1st of January 1900, which is for most of the objects that are created in SuccessFactors. In the rule name, I can provide any name. In this case, I'm providing on change of the business unit because I want to change the business unit and set a particular field on the job information, which gets changed depending upon the changing value of the business unit. I can provide any specific description which actually describes my rule. Here I say change business unit to set the title. Here I'm talking about the position title, which will be changed depending upon the changing value of the business unit. The base object in this scenario would be the job information, because the business unit is on the job information and the position title is also on the job information. Both the fields that I'm playing with are on the job information. Click on continue. In the if condition, I will check if the business unit is of a specific value. In my case, if the business unit is equal to the value Google Office, then here I have multiple operations that I can perform if the value of the business unit is Google Office. But in this case, I will set, and then which field I have to set. I want to set the position title. Here, under the job information, I will search for position title. Then I will set job information.position title to be equal to, say, new position title. Click on save. Once the rule is saved, I will have to assign this rule so that it triggers. In order to assign this rule, we will go to Manage Business Configuration, select Job Information, search for Business Unit, which is a field on the job information, and click on Details. Scroll down. Under the Trigger Rules section, we have a base object which is by default selected as job information. We can use this row to assign our rule with the event type as on change. So if I select the event type as on change, here this would mean that this rule will trigger on change of the business unit. Select the rule and click on finish. Once this is done, I'll scroll down and save the job information. Once the job information is saved successfully, I can create a rule trace to actually see how my rule has triggered and executed. To do that, I will go to Manage Data and create new rule trace. In order to create a rule trace, I will need the name of the rule. The rule trace has a couple of mandatory fields like the code, name, start date, end date, and the login user. I usually provide the code and name same as the name of the business rule. The start date and end date will be today's date. Usually the end date can be 1 day in the future as well. The rule trace can pick up the trace with the duration of only 2 days, that is today and tomorrow. If I provide the end date as 6th of August, it will not pick the logs for 6th. Login user, I will provide my name and the rules to be logged. Click on save. After saving, we get two options, download and delete. We can either delete this. Deleting this will actually delete the contents of the rule trace. It will not delete the rule trace itself. To delete the rule trace, we will have to go to take action and permanently delete entry. Download, if I click on download and open the log, it will be a blank file because the rule has not yet triggered. In order to test the rule, we can go to the job information of any test employee and click on the job information history. Click on insert new record. If you see here, the business unit is Google Office. I can change the business unit just to trigger the change and see the position title is blank. Now when I change the business unit back to Google Office, I can see that the position title field is filled with the value which is coming from the rule, the new position title. On checking the rule trace, I'll just refresh the page and click on download. Check the file. Here we can see that the rule has triggered successfully. We can read through the rule trace to understand if the rule has triggered correctly or not. In case there are errors with the rule or the rule is not working as expected, using rule trace is one of the best ways for debugging our scenarios. So now this was on change of the business unit. I will go to manage business configuration. In the job information, remove the rule from the trigger rules section of the business unit field on the job information and assign this rule as an on save rule in the job information rule section. Click on save. Once the business configuration is saved, we can test this rule by going to the job information of our test employee. Click on insert new record. In the event, we can provide data change and event reason as update general data. Here, the position title field is blank. If I change the business unit and then change it back to the test business unit that we have used in our rule, we can see that the position title field is still blank because this rule is on save of the job information and it will not trigger on change of the business unit. So in this case, we will have to click on save to actually see the position title being filled. So if I click on save, we can see that the position title field is updated with the new position title. On checking the logs, this was a previous log file. We could see that the log was only till row 16. I will close this file, refresh the rule trace and download it again. On checking the rule trace again, we could see that the rule has triggered once more. So in today's video, we learned to create a basic rule on the job information and saw the difference between the on change and on save. When we use on change rules, changing the field will change the value on the same screen itself. But in order to use the on save rules, we will have to actually save the object to see its result. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope it was helpful for you. Do remember to check my other videos. You can click the link you see on the screen. You can comment in the comment section if you're looking for any specific topics in the Employee Central area. See you soon in my next video. Thank you and bye for now.